Eyewitness News presents Hidden History, celebrating Hispanic heritage.
Hello and thanks for joining us for this special Eyewitness News presentation, Hidden History, Hispanic Heritage. I'm Nick Toma.
I'm Candace Kelly. The observation of Hispanic Heritage Week started in 1968 under President Lyndon Johnson.
It expanded to a full month by President Ronald Reagan back in 1988. And today we are celebrating the rich culture of the Hispanic heritage in our communities.
Northeastern and central Pennsylvania is becoming more and more diverse. Our region is now home to many people of Hispanic and Latino descent. And the tapestry of the Hispanic heritage is deeply woven in the church. Eyewitness News reporter Mark Hiller takes a look now at how the Hispanic community managed to keep the faith and help it flourish.
What you're hearing is the result of a growing need in the Diocese of Scranton. Besides helping ease a pre-shortage, Father Neftali Feliz-Sena fills another void. Because the Columbia native is bilingual, he can celebrate Mass in Spanish. Queen of Heaven Parish at Our Lady of Grace Church began offering Masses in April for Spanish-speaking Catholics.
They are very happy when they can go to a church that, celebrate the Mass in their own language.
Ana Arias leads the faithful in song. Her family was one of the first Latino families to move to the Hazleton area.
Before the Spanish Mass, people that we used to get together in different houses and worship.
For years, pockets of Spanish-speaking Catholics from central Pennsylvania to the Poconos kept their faith alive that way. But like a slow train coming, the number of local Hispanic Latino community members increased. They petitioned the bishop to offer Spanish-speaking Masses in Hazleton.
So when we had the first Spanish Mass, it was a gift from God.
We're more identified because we understand the whole Mass, the whole process, when it's, done in our language.
Our Lady of Grace is now one of 3 diocesan churches in the Hazleton area to offer Spanish Masses each week. St. Gabriel's was the first.
We are very happy that we have more option, to celebrate the Mass.
The diocese considers these Masses an important way to create an accepting and welcoming multicultural platform.
And everybody can become part of the church and feel part of the church. They are part of the church.
Just last year, the diocese named Luis Rivera its first coordinator for parish cultural integration. For decades, the local Hispanic Latino population assimilated into American society. But as their numbers grew,
the ethnic culture exploded. It was good to be Latino.
Embracing your heritage.
Yes.
He cites an ethnographic study which reveals 51% of the Hazleton population is of Spanish origin. But Latino growth is happening elsewhere throughout the 11-county diocese, which is home to 237,000 Catholics.
Viva la Virgen de Guadalupe! Viva! Viva la Reina de la América! Viva!
St. Nicholas Church in Wilkes-Barre embraces the diversity. It celebrates the Feast of Our Lady of Guadalupe each December 12th.
It's just something that we bring from Mexico, and thankfully we've been allowed to continue our traditions here in this church.
Keeping the faith by building a bridge between cultures.
And not the Hispanic church, the Anglo church. No, we are the church. We are the mission.
For Hidden History, Mark Hiller, Eyewitness News.
While the Catholic Church is where many Hispanic members of our community worship,
there are other religions and faiths that have growing Hispanic congregations as well across our region.
Up next, Geisinger Commonwealth Medical College opening doors and giving young people in the Spanish-speaking community the opportunity to explore careers in medicine.
And we invite you to check out pahomepage.com for more stories that celebrate the Hispanic heritage. Meet Sidney McNeil Gutierrez, the first Hispanic astronaut who made it on 2 shuttle missions. His mission today, inspiring Hispanic youth to reach for the stars. Many young people in our community may not have the opportunity to attend medical school due to a variety of reasons, and this is often true in our Hispanic communities.
But a new program offered at Geisinger Commonwealth School of Medicine is helping to open doors for students to succeed in health-related fields. Eyewitness News reporter Rachel Espaillat has that story.
Eric Gamara and Tiffany Garcia are both on their way to becoming doctors. Both are second-year students at Geisinger Commonwealth School of Medicine.
My parents always tell me that, I am their American dream, essentially. This is what they hope for, this is what they planned when they set foot in this country.
Tiffany is of Colombian descent, while Eric's family is from Peru. Being a minority in medical school can be difficult, but Geisinger has programs designed to make sure that students like Gamara and Garcia never feel out of place.
This is a community-based medical school, and we're very proud of the fact that we not just say it, but we live it, we walk it, we talk it, we do everything together with community and always with community in mind.
Tiffany and Eric say the school's Center for Excellence and the curriculum provide learning experiences that reflect the growing diversity we see in NEPA.
People like to see the way that healthcare is moving is towards community, is to keep them out of the hospital, is to say, what do you need and how can we help you? And that's really what we do here, and I'm really happy to be part of that.
Eric chose the medical field after experiencing a serious medical injury.
I saw a lot of things I didn't like, and I wanted to change it, and I feel like I can do that being part of the school.
Tiffany also wants to become a part of the change after seeing the language barrier her mother experienced while receiving medical treatment as an immigrant who did not speak English. Thanks to constant support, Tiffany says she doesn't have to worry about the financial burdens that come with pursuing those dreams.
It feels great to be able to be, on that same playing field with them in terms of having the resources.
The medical school offers scholarship and grants so she can be on the same page as the rest of her peers. And the school aims to inspire younger minorities so that they know they can become doctors with help every step of the way. For Hidden History, I'm Rachel Espaillat, Eyewitness News.
Regional Education Academy for Careers in Health Higher Education Initiative works with many school districts and universities in our region.
And we have much more information on that program on pahomepage.com. Read all about it. The area's first newspaper devoted to the Spanish-speaking community. We'll sit down with its longtime editor next.
And on pahomepage.com, Tampa, Florida lays claim as the city that started the Cuban sandwich. But Miami says not so fast. The delicious debate over the birthplace of the Cuban. For many in the Spanish-speaking community, El Mensajero is the place for news and community happenings.
The newspaper actually started way back in the early 2000s in Hazleton as a newsletter and has grown ever since. Annie Mahalchik sat down with its longtime editor to talk about Latino impact in the region.
Sitting in his office in downtown Hazleton, publisher and editor Amilcar Royal remembers how he found his way to the United States.
I'm original from Peru, and I moved into the United States on January 6, 1989. The reason was I lost my job in Peru due to a very, very bad inflation and economical depression. The bank where I work in Peru closed the door.
He ended up in Miami as a tourist and ended up getting a sailor visa and working on a cruise ship.
That was my first job in the United States, working on a cruise ship.
From there, he answered an ad in the newspaper.
I had only $10 in my pocket, so I took the job and I came here with a Cuban contractor that used to bring farmer workers to this area. So I came to pack tomatoes in Sugarloaf.
He worked in a textile plant where he met the woman he would marry and started a family. Following the 9/11 attacks on our nation, Arroyo began to notice an influx of Latino descent coming to the city of Hazleton.
Census 2000 count 1,000 of Latino in Hazleton. Census 2010 counted 10,000 Latino in Hazleton. So it was, in 10 years, we grew up 10,000 of people.
But these new residents lacked a channel of communication. That's when his idea of a newspaper was born.
So I created a newsletter in 2003. That was the first edition was May 2003. So that newsletter with 4 pages, I think, start monthly publication, start growing month and month in numbers.
With the growing diverse community came some concerns and clashes. But Arroyo says the Latino community has a lot to offer.
We bring music, Latin cuisine, labor force. We bring young population that Hazleton was missing.
And he offers these words to those who are now calling our area home.
If you come to a different country, first, you have to learn language. Second, you have to have respect for the people. Respect is a very key word, an important word. And we have to have a discipline.
Reporting for Hidden History, I'm Andy Bohalchik, Eyewitness News.
Amilcar Arroyo says the key to understanding the new wave of Latino community members is to keep the lines of communication open.
Coming up, Ready to Talk. We're showcasing a podcast that features a melting pot of cultures and points of view. We'll go on the air with Christina Luna, broadcasting from Monroe County.
And on PA homepage, check out the hot and spicy story of the rare Pueblo chili.
Lively conversations and interesting topics. That's what listeners find each week when they tune into Mano a Mano and Cafe with Christina each week.
Through her live stream and podcast, Christina Luna says her hope is to unite cultures and embrace our differences.
Eyewitness News reporter Christina Shalhoub goes on the air with Christina Luna.
Hola amigos.
Bienvenidos al mundo de Christina Luna.
Hola. Me va el esqueleto.
The bilingual local host has made a splash in the Monroe County community. But for her, the road to success wasn't always so steady.
I wonder, how did I end up here? I'm from Spain, Barcelona, and I never thought I would end up here in the woods, in these beautiful woods of the Poconos here in Pennsylvania.
As the saying goes, everything happens for a reason. The reason for Christina's move to the States was love.
I met my husband in France. Years later, we got married. He's American. We lived in Manhattan for a few years, and then we moved here.
But finding the connection between her Spanish roots and the American dream wasn't as easy as the connection she found with her new husband.
It was so hard that I refused to do anything for 2 years. I refused to drive. I refused to know where I was. I refused to know my neighbors.
During that time, she tried to shut the world out. But it wasn't long before the world came knocking.
I had a big health issue, and I realized that I was the only one that could get through it, and that the only thing I could do was embrace where I was and make the most of it.
Christina got back behind the wheel, literally and figuratively. Aside from starting to drive again, she enrolled at East Stroudsburg University in pursuit of a communications and journalism degree.
A smile is a smile in every language, I can see.
It wasn't long before she realized that was exactly where she was supposed to be.
¿Cómo empezaste en la radio aquí en Pennsylvania?
Me encanta tu pregunta. En la universidad, in the university, I was doing another degree, broadcasting communications, and I had the chance, la oportunidad de empezar en la radio. And I realized that there were beautiful people that didn't have a voice. And I wanted to give a voice for people.
Hola amigos, muy buenos días. Good morning to you all.
That's exactly what she did. First through local radio stations. And now through her podcast and live stream.
Wow, el 10 de septiembre es el Día Mundial de la Prevención del Suicidio.
And su programa, the goal is to be real with listeners. And to stick to the message of the very appropriate title, Mano a Mano, or Hand to Hand.
I don't believe in separation, that you're Hispanic, you're this, you're that. We're all the same.
For this Spaniard living in a new country, surrounded by a new community, a sense of community is the greatest gift she can offer. specifically a community where anyone and everyone is welcome.
We are not going anywhere, right? So I think it's good that we understand each other's culture so we can be tolerant and we can enjoy our differences.
An idea that Christina hopes is amplified by the all-inclusive aspect of working with a live-streamed show. An opportunity for Christina, her guests, and her listeners to learn, contribute, and maybe even spark more than just a conversation.
Una palabra que describe Cristina Luna.
Cristina Luna, pues una palabra o dos o tres. Una.
Sola una.
Tu amiga. I'm your friend. Tu amiga.
In Stroudsburg, Christina Shalhoop, Eyewitness News.
You can find Christina's weekly live stream on her Facebook page, Christina Luna.
For more about her shows, head to our website, pahomepage.com. When we return, one baseball manager's idea to bring people of different backgrounds and cultures together, like a team in the city of Hazleton.
And now on PA Homepage, most schools have a marching band or a jazz band, but in some regions there's a growing trend of adding mariachi music to the mix.
Bringing cultures and community together, that's the aim of the Hazleton Integration Project.
The center was the idea of Hazleton native and Major League Baseball manager Joe Madden, and it's now a bustling place of activity.
Eyewitness News reporter Andy Mahalchik takes us there.
From the day the doors opened at the Hazleton Integration Center, it's been a place of constant activity.
We've been open for a little over 6 years already, and I can't tell you, but the number of children who have come through our doors is numbers in the thousands.
Bob Curry is founding president of the Hazleton Integration Project. He's seen that project transform from its humble start to a place where many in the Hazleton community visit each and every day.
First of all, our mission statement is very clear. What we are trying to offer cultural, educational, and athletic opportunities for economically disadvantaged children and families.
The facility, also known as the Hazleton One Community Center, was the idea of Hazleton native and baseball manager Joe Madden.
Can't overstate it. Maybe the best thing I could say about it is if it were not for Joe and Jay Madden, this place would not exist.
More than 100 band together against a proposed Hazleton ordinance that would make life for illegal immigrants nearly impossible.
Madden saw diversity dividing the community. He thought a center would build a bridge of understanding and unity, welcoming people of all backgrounds.
The great thing about the center is we really don't care where anyone comes from. That's not what we do. We're looking to try to provide some kind of a boost for people.
With Madden's guidance and its dedicated staff, the center continues to grow.
I want the people to know that they have a place when they can come and find information.
That includes life-changing programs like citizenship classes, and more than 600 people have taken ESL courses.
We've also been very successful, particularly recently, running Spanish classes for English speakers.
Curry notes the nation and the world are taking notice of the center's success.
We've had reporters from all over the world come in here and say, gosh, you guys took a very different approach here. How is that working out for you?
Curry says and insists the future looks bright.
And I believe that we're really starting to come together as a community, and that makes it kind of unique.
For Hidden History, I'm Andy Mahalchik, Eyewitness News.
The center is always looking for volunteers who are young and young at heart.
And we have more information and more stories about the Hazleton Integration Project on pahomepage.com.
And that does it for this special Eyewitness News presentation of Hidden History.
We hope you learned something today, and there's so much more to Hispanic culture. If you want to check it out, go to pahomepage.com and click the Hidden History link. Thanks for joining us.